Hey guys, back for episode 14. Today we are doing beef ribs. It's one of my favorites. The process is pretty much like doing a brisket. I took this chunk here and I trimmed off the fat. I trimmed off some silver skin that was on there. Get a little chewy. I did peel the membrane off. Beef ribs, I've done beef ribs before, peeling the membrane off or leaving it on. It's a lot like pork ribs in a way. A lot of times for beef ribs though, it seems like when you pull the membrane off that the rib bones will fall out of the meat. It does happen, which is fine. And I did peel the membrane here, so we'll see if it actually happens or not. So I also injected this, and it's probably been about 3 or 4 hours now. It's with some Big Papa Smokers cattle prod. Ordered it online from Big Papa Smokers. Mixed it. I just mixed it with water and injected it. Per the instructions on here, it's for 10 pounds of meat, but we don't have, of course, 10 pounds of this, so I just eyeballed it. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of dab it a little bit, get all the extra juices out here. We won't need those. They'll still be tacky enough to put on the seasoning. For the seasoning today, we're going to use some heavy smoke black label. I actually was out in St. Louis here a little while back, and I stopped in and said hello to Chris, and he sold me a bag in bulk, which is much cheaper depending on how much you use, and we use quite a bit. So anyway, I just put it in a little shaker, and we're going to go ahead and make the back side of the ribs first. Now he sells a black label and a white label. Again, you can get it online. One of the things with my shaker here that I realize is the seasoning that's coming through the shaker, just kind of repurposing it. The holes in top of the shaker are different sizes, and some of the seasonings that you're using, the granules are much smaller, so they get caught, or they flow through, but the bigger stuff gets caught. So if you try to repurpose it, I think this is my issue now, and I don't kind of pay attention. If you have the granules inside the shaker, if you have some really big granules and really small, maybe you have some seasonings in there, they get caught up. Whenever you put you're shaking it on there, basically you're only getting the seasoning that can fit through the holes, and all your other stuff is left behind. So you got to be careful that you're not doing that if you're trying to repurpose it in a shaker. And most shakers are built whichever size of a shaker that it comes in. It's normally, that's kind of what it is. If you have if this one, if you're having something that had really small granules in it, and you had the really big holes, it would flow out so fast that you'd just be wasting a lot of stuff. So there's I guess a choice to what kind of a shaker and how the holes. So if you are repurposing them, it's a little pro tip, but I guess this is working okay, and I'm not seeing a significant amount of particular seasoning left behind, so I don't know. So I said there was a black label and a white label. The black label is mainly a beef seasoning, and his white label is more of a pork chicken maybe. But of course, with anything, it's your taste. So maybe you'll like the black label on chicken and the white label on beef. I don't know. Give it a try anyway. It's good stuff. All right, so we got a good amount of seasoning on this. We're gonna go off to the smoker real quick, set it up. I'll show you what I'm using today to do the beef ribs, and I hear some rain, so this should make things really interesting. We'll be right back with you. Alright, so we're out here at the smoker, and I want to show you, this is my UDS, also known as an ugly drum smoker, which is the UDS. I bought the Big Papa Smokers package. and built. I got the barrel myself. It's just an old barrel that we had. It's about 160 bucks for the kit. Comes with everything that you need to transform is the word. Wow. Transform a barrel into a smoker. How about that? So I got me a chunk of mesquite, locally sourced. Really, not in Pennsylvania. Texas, I believe it came from. I'm gonna throw that right on top of my charcoal down there. The smoker right now is sitting about 250. I want to keep this thing 250 to 300. Put some grate in there. Here's a hunk of beef rib. I'm going to put that right over top. And we're going to set the lid back on here. And I suppose it's probably going to take about 3 hours, three and a half, maybe 4 hours. I'm cooking kind of hot here. I'm going to actually open up just a little more. I want to get closer to 300. And then we're going to get to a point where we're going to wrap this thing in some beef au jus and finish them up. So it's going to be a little bit. We're going to sit back and have ourselves a beverage and just wait this thing out.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. All right. Hey, we're out here. We got our beef ribs. We're going to go ahead and wrap them. They look absolutely delicious. I'm just going to drop the foil down in there. I went and got some liquid to braise them. This is just some beef broth. I'm going to pour that right into the foil. There's only about a half a cup. Wrap those up real tight. And that probably, if I had to guess, maybe about another, we'll come back in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes and check it. Right now the smoker's running, it's running a little warm. I did shut the vents a little bit. It was about 310, 315. I want to keep that down under 300 for as long as I can. And we'll come back out here in a bit here, probably half hour, check them. And I'm going to actually use the temperature, my thermometer probe, to actually feel and check the temperature too. But you want to feel that that butter-like feeling when you put that thermometer in there. That's what we're looking for. And we'll take them out, we'll rest them for a bit, and we'll dig in. So, be back. We got our beef ribs. We pulled these off. We left them wrapped in foil, threw them in the oven for a little bit just to get let them rest for a bit. Curious to try this. Looks like we got some good bark on it. I'm going to go ahead and slice these into pieces. Normally, we didn't have any problem with it falling apart. It did hold up as one. When you slice these, it's easier to flip it over to see the bone side. And when you go to slice it, I'm going to slice these up and see what we got going on. Go to the middle right there. Nice and juicy ribs. Looks like it's all broken down. All the structural fat is broken down. Nice and juicy. And we got us a decent smoke ring on there. This again, I use mesquite with this, so I'm excited to give this a try. Kurt, would you like to join me for a taste of some ribs? Some beef ribs, something different.
I feel like Fred Flintstone with the big beef. The big huge bone.
Nice and juicy. Heck yeah. These ribs, when I saw them, they had all that nice, big, thick cap on top, and I was excited for that.
Yeah, that's a nice hunk of meat right on top.
You know, sometimes you get the you'll buy the beef ribs, and it's just got the meat that's in between the bones. And honestly, there's not much there when you cook it up. But this here is a nice big chunk.
Oh yeah.
The rub's nice, good bark on it. Smoky. Oh yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Heck yeah. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's gonna be, we're gonna come up with some cool stuff. My wife actually just did a drink Facebook Live. It's gonna be on my Facebook. If you happen to miss it, you can go back through my feed and check that out. And I hope you are enjoying these. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any other thoughts, ideas, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that bell for your notifications. And from us to you, you guys have a safe day out there. And I hope you enjoy our video. And if you it's ripping. If you make some ribs, some beef ribs, send me a video. I want to see yours. Peace out.